Hello and welcome to the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. Hello, I'm Mark. Most of you knew that. If it's your first time, welcome. Take your shoes off. Put them over there. Here, put on these little house slippers. Let me know if you need any. You want some water? Get you some water bottled or just... Okay, you got it. No, sit down. Make yourself comfortable. Good. You ready? All right. Here we go! We have... today, the latest Mike Millard master release from the Gems tape group. It is Led Zeppelin, June 19th, 1977 in San Diego, California, right before their epic run in LA. The sound on this is phenomenal, as is expected from a Mike Millard recording. And San Diego is not of the caliber performance-wise of the LA shows. And this time it's not Jimmy. Jimmy's playing fantastically. Bonzo's having a rough night. He's, I don't know what the official excuse was. Food poisoning, exhaustion, all that rock star stuff. Bonzo is a bit of a wreck in this show. It's not as bad as Tempe, Arizona. Lord, no. But, for instance, he doesn't do his drum solo. There's no Moby Dick, no over the top. And a few times he just loses the thread. I think he's having a hard time. You'll hear it. I'm not going to play anything that's like embarrassing because I don't want to just waste your time playing stuff that's like, listen to how shitty they are. But, it was an off night, for sure. And then they got their shit together for the LA run. But nonetheless, this is not a caveat for like, oh, this is going to suck. Not at all. This is just, even though it's 2 days before the great LA run, the great Listen to This Eddie show, it's 2 days before that. It's not of that caliber. Because Bonzo, again, having a rough time. I don't know if he was hammered. I don't know if he was... fucked up on other things, or just, who knows, maybe just feeling sick. It's not that, but you can hear him in this show. In places, he's plodding a little bit. He pulls things back. He screws up in places. He's not driving the band. The band are kind of supporting him, but it's still a good show. And Jimmy, as I said, his playing is really, really good. And we're going to hear some really good stuff. Like, for example, the band have a very chaotic, but ultimately ridiculously triumphant Kashmir. Kind of like what happened in Zurich in 1980 when everybody got lost and it became very, very long. And then they pulled it off and they made it awesome. Well, you'll see. My goodness. Or you won't see, but you will hear. Let he who has ears listen. It is, as I said, June 19th, 1979. No, 1977. Ugh, I've been doing that more and more lately. Getting older. I'm trying to go to the liner notes for this show, which I had opened, but I closed them because I'm a genius. Let's see, shall we? Yes. Oh my God. Absolutely no formatting. Just a single block of text. Ah! His dot is the source of shows. Okay. Fantastic. This is not the flat edition, EQ'd edition. This one has been lightly EQ'd by Dadgad, and some people don't like it. The younger folks are just like, oh, just cut off the hiss and crank up the bass and crank up the highs. Everybody loves Dadgad. The boomers love it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're in your 50s or your 60s or your 70s, you're not hearing the high frequencies the way you used to. I know I'm not. So if you have great, wonderful young ears, feel free to grab the flat version. It's available everywhere. But this is the, and again, it's lightly mastered. It's nothing crazy. Absolutely nothing crazy. And it sounds great. So let's jump in, shall we? I'm ready to jump in. I won't even waste your time. Ramblin' and babblin'. Do I have any news for you? Nope. Well, all right. Let's just get started. Let's listen to, surprisingly, I really like this Since I've Been Loving You. I haven't been, I gotta change that. I haven't been a fan of the post-75 performances of Sibley too much, but I think that's because I kind of imprinted on the original April 27th Destroyer soundboard, and that Sibley is not that great. And that and the 1980 Sibleys on all those dry, horrible sounding soundboards kind of really put me off. As my old friend used to say, put me off my popcorn. However, this is not the case here. It is that kind of latter day, the same performance and iteration of Since I've Been Loving You that they did with Page and Plant, that they did at the Atlantic reunion. I'm not the Atlantic reunion, the Ahmet Ertegun tribute in 2007. 14 years ago. Jesus Christ, where does the time go? Well, speaking of time, I won't waste any more of yours. Let's jump into this. This is Since I've Been Loving You, taped by the legendary and beautiful and wonderful Saint Mike Millard with his, again, legendary Nakamichi tape deck, AKG mics, recording all this stuff for you. Now, this is a master recording, kind of. The original tape has not been found, I don't think. Let me look at these notes. Well, you know what? I can look at those notes while you're listening to this. The master tapes were not found for this, or they didn't have them, or for whatever reason. This is taken off a DAT clone, a digital audio tape clone. So digitally, I mean, there's no generational loss, so it is considered a master. But because it is 1644, there is not going to be a high res, high def version of this 2496 release of this particular show. But that is really neither here nor there for most of you. This is perfect. This is great. And again, I'm going to stop wasting your time 3 minutes later and play Since I've Been Loving You by the lovely and wonderful Led Zeppelin, San Diego, California, June 19th, 1977. Enjoy. It's really, really good. Lovely, right? But you could tell Bonzo's a little off. He's kind of what he's playing is really loud and bombastic and not in keeping with Since I've Been Loving You in places, but still really good. And Jimmy, and it's nice to hear Jonesy playing that organ. Didn't he usually use the electric piano at this point? You'd think I should know that. Well, I should know that. You'd think I would know that. I probably do. But that was pretty awesome. And the sound was really good too, right? I love the sound that Millard would get. He would make it sound almost like a professional album. And it really, really makes the experience wonderful. And hopefully it helps make up for the times when I present recordings that are of more dubious quality, but have importance in other ways. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I can't hear this. This is perfect. Hopefully you enjoy it. I know I do. So let's skip on ahead. Oh, let me read you the set list. Whoops, not there. Unformatted block of text. It's like reading a cuneiform tablet, the text file for this show. But in the preview window, it's nicely formatted. It's the typical 77 set list with the exception of there being no Moby Dick over the top. It's got the intro. Song remains the same. Sick Again. Nobody's Fault But Mine. In My Time of Dying. Since I've Been Loving You. No Quarter. 10 Years Gone. Then the acoustic set, which is The Battle of Evermore with Jonesy singing Sandy Denny's part. Oh, dance in the dark of night. Sing to the morning light. Going to California. Mystery Train. That's right. Black Country Woman. Bronjar Stomp. And wait a second. They do Dancing Days in there too. They do a little bit of acoustic Dancing Days. I can't remember if it's at the end of Black Country Woman or Bronjar Stomp, but they do Dancing Days, and you will hear it because that's what we're playing next. The acoustic track. It's the end of Bronjar Stomp. I'm going to play you not the entire set, the acoustic set, because we don't need to hear Battle of Evermore. We don't need to hear Going to California, as beautiful as it is. We're going to hear Mystery Train, Black Country Woman, into Bronjar Stomp, and then the Dancing Days little coda at the end. Coda! Ha! So, yeah, that's good. You will enjoy it. I love the acoustic sets of 77. You love the acoustic sets of 77, I assume. I commend you too. They're great. They're great. I mean, the acoustic sets of 71, like the Japanese acoustic sets, oh my God. That's God tier right there. The Earl's Court acoustic sets are good. 72, they did little onesie-twosie songs, right? You'd think I'd be more prepared. I'm tired, that's all. It's been a fuck of a week. Just crazy ass. It's been a crazy ass week. Not bad, just draining. And these fucking allergies and the 800,000 medications that I'm on just to keep breathing and speaking make me sleepy, and not in the good sleepy way. In the I feel like I'm dumb way. Like I sacrificed 25 IQ points in order to have kind of okay breathing. But anyway, neither here nor there. The Truncated acoustic set with Mystery Train. Good song. Fuck. All right, well, enough of talking about it. Let us play it, shall we? Let's. Enjoy, friendos.
Well, into my baby, the midnight Well, he took my baby, but he never will again. Never again. Well, he took my baby, but he never will again. No, never again. Yes, he took my baby, but he never will again. Love me so. You didn't have to leave me, mama. Let me go. Oh, oh, mama, what's the matter here? Oh, baby, that's alright. It's all doggone weird. Hey, baby, what is wrong with you? Oh, oh, baby, what is wrong with you? Yeah, 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 yeah. You didn't have to tell me that you love me so. You didn't have to leave, mama, let me go. Yeah, baby, what is wrong with you? Oh, baby, that's alright. I know your sister too. Oh, baby, that's alright. I know your sister too. Oh, honey, that's alright. I know your sister too. Like a leaf is to a tree so high. Let me hear ya, come on. Yeah, all the good times we had. I sung love songs so fast. Always smiling, never sad, so loud. As I walk down the country lane side, I'm walking along, hear me calling your name. Ooh yeah, in the wheel, Mr. In the tree, send a mother names from out you and me. Now everybody, come on. I can't hear you. Them wayward so bright, on the road is darkest night. The road we choose is always right, so high. Yeah, could any love be so strong when so many loves go wrong? Will our love go on and on and on and on and on and on? As I walk down the country lane south, I'm walking along, hear me calling your name. My
absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, even with the diminishment of Bonzo's contribution. Oh boy. One thing this podcast has done is given me an appreciation for the tours and the shows that I'd never listened to. 77 tour never really did it for me because, as I said earlier, my introduction to the 77 tour was the Cleveland 27th of April soundboard. Shitty vinyl pressing. And the acoustic set was amazing. But like some of the sloppier soundboards in 1980, it did the clarity and definition and stark relief didn't do the band any favors. But in doing this podcast, I've listened to 1975 shows I wouldn't have listened to, 77 shows I wouldn't have listened to, 80 shows I didn't listen to, and then just shows that I had never gotten to or maybe given a one and done. Back whereas back in the original early 2000s, maybe when the Royal Orleans Presence's shortened server was open and Sharing the Groove was around, and I was just hoovering up every Led Zeppelin show possible. And often not listening to them or giving them a cursory listen and just adding them to the collection so I would own them forever, my precious. But now I listen with a critical ear because, as I've said before, I've gone through already all the shows that I'm intimately, with which I'm intimately familiar. And now I'm on to shows like San Diego. I don't know if I've ever listened to this before, because word on the street was it wasn't a great show. So not being a completist anymore, I wouldn't listen. But now, wow, this was really good. Value added for old Marky here. So thank you for indulging me in my passion and in my hobby so that I can, gain a greater appreciation and love for that which I already love and appreciate. There you go. I said a thing. All right, friendos, what do we have? I'm sorry, I'm not stoned. So I'm more like down to business, like, all right, and next we have, instead of just rambling and going off the rails. All righty. Oh, here's what I want you to hear. I want you to hear Nobody's Fault But Mine. And not because it's awesome, but because it's a little odd. This is where there's the first kind of, what's wrong with Bonzo? And it's a different kind of what's wrong than you get with Jimmy. It's I don't know if he's extra hammered. I don't know. Apparently he was also indulging in heroin along with Jimmy. That might be, or it could be, it could be a million other things. There's a million ways to get fucked up. And there's still the outside chance that he really just was not feeling well. But I don't think that's it. But Nobody's Fault But Mine. It's an interesting performance. It's not tremendous. It's not a train wreck. It's not like, oh, what the hell happened? But it is off. It's his drumming. I don't know. You'll hear it. First of all, it's a little slow. Instead of driving the band, he's kind of weighing them down. But it's still a good effect. It's still good, and you'll hear it. And if I remember correctly, Jimmy is not ridiculously prominent in this particular one. I think it's just a matter of how the PA was and where Mike Millard was during taping. But it's still great. Nobody's Fault But Mine. Still June 19th. Still 1977. And still Led Zeppelin. Enjoy, and I'll be back shortly.
Nobody's fault but mine. Well, that was something off the last studio album. This is something out of a teapot. It's a blues thing. It comes, I guess, from your what you might call the American Negro blues trip. This track is from Physical Graffiti. It comes from the same root.
See what I mean? Oh, maybe drunk. Who knows? Still not bad. It just wasn't, I mean, nobody's fault but mine. Is tight. Is one of those songs, kind of like Sick Again, where the band is tight and locked in and lots of stops and starts. This didn't even happen. I mean, Bonzo finished the song right after the rest of the band. How does it end? Shit, Mark. They finished it. And then Bonzo's like, oh yeah. My goodness. My goodness. All right. Standard podcast bullshit time. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook under the name Heart of Markness. You can also find me at heartofmarkness.com. When I am behind in updating it, I don't know why, but I am behind on updating it. You will find eventually all the recordings, almost all the recordings that I feature available for free there. I have a few more to do. I endeavor to get caught up this weekend. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, it is now March 24th, the night of March 24th. So hopefully by this weekend, I will have the website caught up. I'm only a couple behind. So, I mean, of the 102 episodes I have, 99 are up there. 100 doesn't need to be up there because that's a best of show. So there's no shows to download from that because they're all in the other episodes. So there, it's not that bad. But people have asked about it, rightly so, because I was like, oh shit, well, how did I just stop doing that? But I did, because I am a flawed individual. But sorry, apologies, I will get to it. So that's heartofmarkness.com, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. If you like what I do and you like how I do it and you want to help support this whole live music thing that I do, I invite you to become a patron if you're of means and mind to do so. Patreon.com/heartofmarkness, or just click the patron banner on heartofmarkness.com and see if there's something there that gives you a tickle. Here are the current titans upon whose shoulders rests the Heart of Markness. A laurel and hearty handshake goes out to Michael. No, Jesus. Scroll up. Knegarn, Jeff, Chris, Michael, Rob from Melbourne, Australia, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, David, Peter, Mark, Other David, Bonzo Billy, and Mimo. Shout out also to honorary patron Evan, patron emeritus Jeremy. Happy anniversary, Jeremy. It's his anniversary today. And Avi of the Raven Avatar. All right, friendos. We are now done with the bullshit portion. It's not bullshit. It's part of the deal, but you know what I mean. Non-Zeppelin related self-serving promotion. And back to our show. All right, friendos. We are going to wrap up with the aforementioned performance of Kashmir. I hope you enjoy a little bit of chaos, because there's a little bit of chaos in this, but it's just enough to make it exciting. And man, they pull it off as they do. Kashmir is the shit. I hope you like it. Kashmir, again, this is the Mike Millard Master of San Diego, June 19, 1977. The gently and lovingly mastered by Dad Gad version. Enjoy, my friends. Kashmir. And there you have it. An interesting version of Kashmir. That was badass anyway. Because whatever happened with Bonzo, however wasted he was on whatever he was wasted on, he didn't go the poor route, the bad route, which would have been going fucking crazy like an idiot. He kept it nice and simple, kept the beat enough to get through the concert. I'm glad they didn't do the drum solo, though. Shit. Well, we are just about done, ladies and gentlemen. Yay, I like this one. Like I said, I apologize for letting the website fall behind. I will work on that and get that caught up. And over the weekend, I will endeavor to do another bonus classic rock episode, similar to the one I did last weekend, which was a great free concert. It was really good, and people want it, so I should get that up on the website too. Shit. Falling behind. Sometimes it's like my focus and my energy level wax and wane like the moon. And when everything is lined up, I can conquer the world. You can hear it. You can go through my podcast and go, hello and welcome, blah, 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 and then, hello and welcome to the Heart of Markness podcast. Today we will listen to Led Zeppelin. It's more, I'm feeling more towards the latter at this moment, but, you know, it'll ebb and flow again, right? Waxing and waning is what it does, and the entire universe is what? Impermanence. Or as Carl Jung called it, or not Carl Jung, but the Gnostics, the pleroma. You want something really deep and heavy to mystify you? Carl Jung's 7 Sermons to the Dead. Holy shit. Really good. All right. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. All right. I think I've handled everything. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry, it's not a lot of gumption today. I will be back this weekend, and I'll be back next week, next Thursday, for another Led Zeppelin episode. Who knows what will appear between now and then. So in the meantime, be good to yourselves and each other. Next weekend, I'm getting my first vaccine for the COVID. And apparently the first one isn't bad. The second one, at least on one of them, the one that my ex-wife got, knocked her on her ass, sick as a dog, for like 16 hours. Like, sick as a dog. And then, like, it came on over the course of like half an hour, and it faded away over the course of like half an hour. So, first one will be fine, but when I get the second one, I'm going to make sure to get it on a weekend so that I don't waste precious company money by getting sick on company time when I could use my own precious free time and being in bed. What the fuck is wrong with that picture? All right, friendos, be good to yourselves and each other. Thank you.